Ladies and gentlemen, as Donald Trump embarks on his second term as President of the United States, he has made it abundantly clear that his administration will move swiftly, decisively, and unapologetically. His goal is to restore what he sees as America's strength, sovereignty, and global dominance.
All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly.
His approach is bold, aggressive, and uncompromising. The first 100 days of any presidency set the tone for the administration, and Trump has promised to make his opening days the most extraordinary in American history. Donald Trump has announced plans to sign more than 200 executive orders on his very first day in office. This staggering number surpasses any president in history and signals his intent to reshape America's policies without waiting for congressional approval. Executive orders allow a president to swiftly direct government agencies and implement policy changes, though they can be overturned by future administrations or challenged in court. Trump is prepared for these challenges but remains resolute in his mission to make immediate, lasting changes. One of Trump's top priorities is immigration reform. He has vowed to take immediate action to secure America's borders, enforce stricter immigration laws, and launch what could become the largest deportation operation in U.S. history. His administration will begin large-scale immigration raids in the first week, targeting illegal immigrants with criminal records, gang affiliations, and those who entered the country unlawfully. Trump also plans to reinstate the border security policies that were rolled back in the previous administration and introduce even more stringent measures to curb illegal crossings. His approach will include deploying additional Border Patrol agents, increasing surveillance technology, and tightening asylum rules. The aggressive stance on immigration enforcement has already sparked intense debate, with supporters arguing that it is necessary for national security and economic stability, while critics warn of potential humanitarian crises and legal challenges. Trump has also made national security a cornerstone of his second term. One of his most ambitious plans is the construction of a cutting-edge missile defense system modeled after Israel's Iron Dome. This project aims to bolster America's aerial defenses against potential threats, ensuring the nation remains secure from missile attacks. His administration has allocated significant funding to fast-track this project, emphasizing that the United States must remain prepared against both state and non-state adversaries. In addition to strengthening missile defenses, Trump has pledged to eliminate what he calls woke policies from the military. He argues that diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) initiatives have weakened the armed forces and plans to remove them immediately. His administration will focus on restoring traditional military values, prioritizing combat readiness, and reinforcing America's global military dominance. His stance has drawn sharp reactions from both sides of the political spectrum, with his allies applauding his focus on military strength, while opponents accuse him of undermining important diversity initiatives that enhance cohesion and morale within the armed forces. Another significant initiative in Trump's second term is government efficiency. To spearhead this effort, he has enlisted billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk to lead a newly created department, the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Musk's task is to identify and eliminate wasteful government spending, optimize operations, and bring a business-oriented approach to governance. Musk's involvement signals a major shift toward innovation and cost-cutting in government. However, tensions have already arisen. Vivek Ramaswamy, who was initially set to co-lead DOGE alongside Musk, is reportedly unhappy with Musk's dominant role. Feeling sidelined, Ramaswamy is considering stepping away from the initiative entirely and may instead pursue a gubernatorial run in Ohio. This internal conflict could influence Trump's administration, but his team remains focused on pushing forward with these reforms. The involvement of Musk has further amplified the media spectacle surrounding Trump's presidency, as many speculate on how Musk's business acumen will translate to government operations and whether the ambitious cost-cutting measures will face resistance from the entrenched bureaucracy. Trump's economic agenda is centered on strengthening American industries, cutting regulatory red tape, and ensuring energy independence. He has vowed to roll back environmental regulations that he believes stifle business growth, open more federal lands for energy production, and expand drilling and fracking operations. His administration will prioritize policies that support job creation, tax cuts, and deregulation to boost economic growth. Additionally, Trump aims to renegotiate international trade agreements to favor American workers and industries. He has criticized previous deals as unfair and detrimental to the U.S. economy and plans to implement stricter policies to ensure that American businesses thrive in a competitive global market. His economic policies have drawn both praise and concern, with business leaders and conservatives hailing his pro-industry stance, while environmental groups and progressives warn of long-term consequences for climate change and sustainability. Trump's foreign policy will focus on asserting American dominance on the world stage. He has already signaled a tougher stance on China, vowing to implement stricter trade policies and hold the Chinese government accountable for what he sees as unfair economic practices. His administration will also reassess international alliances, potentially withdrawing from organizations and agreements that he believes do not benefit the U.S. Trump has also hinted at reshaping America's role in NATO, demanding that allied nations increase their defense spending. He has emphasized that the U.S. will no longer bear the financial burden of international security alone, and expects other nations to contribute more to their own defense. His approach to foreign policy is expected to be as controversial and unpredictable as it was during his first term, with global leaders bracing for shifts in diplomatic relations and potential geopolitical tensions. On the domestic front, Trump has made clear that his administration will take a conservative approach to social and cultural issues. He has pledged to uphold religious freedoms, roll back policies that he views as promoting left-wing ideologies, and support traditional family values. His administration will likely take a strong stance against policies related to gender identity, affirmative action, and progressive education reforms. Trump has long positioned himself as a defender of conservative values, and his second term is expected to double down on policies that appeal to his base. While these moves will undoubtedly energize his supporters, they are also likely to fuel protests, legal battles, and widespread national debate. As Trump's second term begins, his administration is set to usher in some of the most sweeping changes in modern American history. His approach is bold, his timeline is aggressive, and his determination is unwavering. However, these changes will not come without resistance. Legal challenges, political opposition, and public pushback are inevitable. What do you think? Is Trump bringing the strong leadership America needs, or is he pushing the country toward chaos? His supporters believe his bold actions will fix the nation, while his critics warn that his aggressive moves could cause division and legal fights. Will his plans succeed, or will they be stopped at every step? One thing is clear: Trump's second term will be full of big battles. Whether you support him or not, you won't be able to ignore him. The next 4 years are going to be a wild ride,